Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
we have an order stage, two orders staged. There's each line here is a separate order for a different customer. So this is the customer over here. And so I'll just upload these two.
So this is a new order creation you're doing?
I'm going to start from scratch. Yeah.
Okay, that's create mode. Okay, yeah, and this is the order type. Yeah, go ahead.
And we're doing this in our Zircon instance.
Okay.
And
So this is the UAT for a conversion project. What kind of conversion is it?
It's a sales order conversion.
Right, from some external system, you're like taking over another? Okay.
Yep, yep. And I have two guys with me. One is a data expert, and the other one, that's Scott. And then I have Terry, who is a Oracle order-to-cash expert. And he's also in charge of all the pricing that we're looking at.
Okay, okay, great.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi, thanks for joining at such a short notice.
I'm glad that we could get your attention.
Sure. And you're all based in France?
No, we're based in the US, but we're working in France this week.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And where are you based?
Newport Beach, California.
Nice.
Okay.
We wish we were there.
All right. So now I'm gonna open up the instance that we're working in.
Okay.
In the front end. A little bit slow, but it is launching.
Mm-hmm.
How's that running?
Yeah, just upload those orders.
271, 272.
Yes, 271, 272.
They look the same as the others.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So the top two here are the ones that we just created.
Okay.
Okay, Terry, so just guide me what I should show her.
So, first,
Here, you walk through it. I'm going to get my charger so that we don't die on the middle.
Okay, so the top two orders, right? So I'm clicking over to the order lines.
Okay.
Let's 7172. There should be one line orders. So these two orders.
Right.
And I haven't looked at these yet. So I have a unit selling price. I'm just going to show a field. No, I guess it's over here somewhere. Hold on. List price.
List price.
I'm going to drag this over. So we can see here that there's no discount applied.
On the unit selling price. Okay.
So the list price equals the selling price.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't know if we can see it here, but there's a flag that Rob has set in the wizard.
Right.
Calculate price flag. That flag calculate. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if should I price the line or?
Well, do you want us to show what happens before and after?
So this is the before. So their prices are the same, right?
Correct.
But it should have actually. But let me first show you one other thing. View adjustments. So I have a couple accrued discounts that do get applied, right?
Automatically, these are applied on the.
These are automatic discounts that get applied. All right. So all they do is just stamp. It's basically just a stamp on the. It doesn't change the price, but it is a stamp. It's actually applying, right? Mm-hmm. Those are based on customer.
Right. Okay. And that seems to be fine. I mean, those are modifiers that should have been applied.
Exactly. So and it happens on both lines. And I'm gonna do two things for you. You said you're recording this?
Yes.
Is this okay. So I'm gonna open this first one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And go to the lines. And before I do anything with this line, I'm just gonna create a line
Okay.
for that same item.
Item. Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Same exact everything. And I'll put the request date of today. Once I save this line, didn't I think I had in the, I have to get those two prices. Hold on. I thought it was hidden. Well, it already saved the line.
Yeah, it should be in the pricing tab, right? Already? List price.
Yeah.
And
Okay, maybe, yeah, you're right.
list
So
price.
here's my selling price and here's my list price. So this actually applied an automatic discount.
Okay.
Okay. And I want to make sure it applied the correct one. And this is Amazon and they get a 14%. And that is based on a customer. In this case, it's customer name and customer class. But most of our prices are based on a customer class.
Okay.
Which customer class is it?
EPP.
So it's picking up the customer class EPP, which is correct.
Got it. Okay.
This is
And
correct.
on the previous line, you just saw 2 adjustment lines. So we are not seeing the
Yes.
our
So
conditions. Yeah, that one didn't apply at all.
So that's not happening. And then I'm going to price this line now, the first line. I wanted to just show you how it's working on that manual line, right?
Okay. Now,
So
is
again,
the pricing date and everything, can you compare the 2 lines for the price date?
it's
Might have to expose that.
it should be.
Line price date or something, yeah, just over on the right.
Right.
I don't know why.
Just tab into it. It's easier. Tab again. So it'll, there.
Okay.
Oh, I went into the shipping tab. Oh, okay. It's just the last field and it's not displaying because of the resolution.
Is it you want to maximize it? You get a
This one maximize?
You get a slider.
and then you get
Okay.
see if the slider helps.
You can grab the.
It's here. I'll just do this. I'll
Okay,
just.
yeah, it looks the same, yeah.
It is the same.
Okay, yeah, as long as you know it's the same.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So and again, this one did apply those two other adjustments. Now, if I go and price the line, and we'll see if this one behaves the same as or not.
Reprice it, okay.
I'm just going to price the line. So
Oh,
actually,
then-
now this time it did the right.
Yeah.
It applied
First
the right one.
Right.
But okay. So show
And if
me
you go to the adjustments again, view adjustments, the 3rd line should have come in now, right?
Yes.
Which was missing before, okay.
right now.
Yeah.
We've actually had cases where another line came in, but it was picking up somehow the wrong customer class.
Oh,
Our suspicion was somewhere that within the application, within the MorphApps application, something was being cached and not cleared, but we don't know that for a fact.
But what it was doing, it was almost like using the customer class of the last order
oh,
and applying it on the order. So it was so there were cases where it was applying. So if I go to this one, so we had the same scenario. This is that other order, right?
right.
And again, view adjustments. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the header.
Header,
Sorry
yeah.
about that, yeah. View adjustments. We just have the 2.
Okay. And it's the
And
same
now
customer with the
And
3rd
it's a
one.
different customer class.
Okay.
Okay. So the customer is Boulanger and their customer class is different. And we're going to price this line. Unless you want me to do something different.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So we've seen this happen too, where the first time we go to price, it doesn't price. I'm going to do actions price line. Now it applies the adjustment
Okay.
and view adjustments. And I have a feeling this is the right discount percent. Attributes customer class is EMC, which is correct.
Okay.
But we've seen it where when you go from one customer to another, it's kind of like hangs on to the last class.
And this
If
is
it applies it. Yeah.
Let me upload another order.
Okay.
Right. So I'll
yeah,
upload
but
another.
when you say it hangs on to the last one, is it from the forms, Oracle forms, or is it from
No,
the?
we can't recreate it in the forms. I cannot recreate this in the forms. It's only after the orders that we load.
Right. So one issue is that they're not pricing properly, and the other one is that in some cases when it's not pricing properly, it seems to be using the wrong class. So let's see what happens if we just take the same data and upload another order.
Okay.
Hi, Robert Allen here. I'm the developer. Before you upload those orders, could you turn the debug sheet on, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Where is that for you?
It's just that I want to capture what class is going up for each order so that we can decide that it is the class issue or that it's not the class issue.
Okay, great. Where are you calling from with that accent? Are you in New Zealand?
Yes, I'm in New Zealand. And
Okay.
It's very early over here.
Yeah, I didn't expect you.
Certainly is.
Well, thank you for calling in. I've
Not a
tried
problem.
I've tried finding a reason. I've worked with David before, trying to find a reason why I have to go to New Zealand to spend an hour with him, but my company isn't buying it.
Oh, maybe we can turn this into a reason then. Maybe I need
That's
to
right.
see you do it actually here.
That's
Although
right.
that might get me in France. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I just uploaded these two. You want to look at the debug?
No, but I'll get you to send me the debug. The debug's way too complicated to look at on
Okay.
the spot here. But I'll
Okay.
get you to send it to me.
Okay. So let me go back here. So this is the new Amazon order. And so, this is great. So this time it uploaded the Amazon order and it applied a 20% discount. Is that the wrong discount?
That's the wrong discount.
That's the wrong discount.
And it's the discount for the customer class of Boulanger that we just looked at.
Right. So see that EMC? That customer class is not for this customer.
Now, is this the first order that went up or the second order?
This is the well, we did before. I don't know when did you join the call? Were you on it the whole time?
No, I got in about 10 past the hour.
Oh, okay, so what we did is I uploaded these two orders here.
Yep.
This one here is Amazon. This one here is customer B. Doesn't matter. To
Yep.
Boulanger. This one here is Amazon, and this one is Boulanger. So the first Amazon, it didn't price automatically, but when we priced it manually, it picked up the right discounts.
Yep.
This one here, the second one, did not price properly the first time we tried to price it manually, but it did the second time. Then we uploaded these two orders, and the Amazon one is picking up the customer class from the prior order. At least that's all that we could figure. And
So
then
this was the Amazon one that you just opened,
yes,
and it had the Boulanger discount. Okay.
right,
Customer class, yes.
exactly. So here,
And discount percent.
yeah. So that should have been 14% if it had applied the right one. And I know that if we go and we create another line manually, we'll have the correct discounts
Right, from the forms, yeah.
from the form. Yeah, exactly.
Can you, while the debug is on, I don't know, Alan, if it is useful, can we download the order and try adding the same line, same item again?
Yep.
Capture the trace on the
On the same order.
yeah, download on the wizard, add a new line just like we've been doing, replicating the same.
But adding it to the existing order.
Right.
Okay, so you want me to take this order here?
Is that the order number?
Yeah, it was this one here. So I could download it.
Rachna, we don't specify customer class anywhere in the wizard, do we?
No, it should be from the adjustment automatically, the way the adjustment is set up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so you want me to add another line for this order?
Yeah, same item.
Okay.
You should be in update mode, but instead of create.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get to the part where we have the data.
Right.
Okay.
And item quantity, is that all? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that should be
Do you want to
sufficient.
erase the list price? That should be automatically calculated, right? And your calculate price is the default. Is that right?
We're listing list price, and I'm not including selling price. It should calculate based off of the list price.
Do you have to provide the list price? If you can leave it
Uh,
blank, it should calculate based on your settings, right?
I'll tell you what, I'll take it out and we'll try.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, from the price
The
list.
price list, yeah, the
Yeah,
price
yeah.
list should.
Yeah, that should drive it.
Yeah.
Okay, and now do you want to download and see? Or yeah, see it here.
I'll just here it is.
Okay.
Okay, in this order we have not. Okay, so now they're both discounted to the same discount. So let's just take a quick look.
Is this the one that you just added to?
Yes.
Oh, it was open all the time. Okay, and it was able to add.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually surprised me too, Rachna. I thought it would have had a record lock.
Yeah.
Well, I was surprised too, but it did create it. Well, it might have created a lock on the first line, but not the second.
Well, I think once you save it, it's commit to release the lock.
Oh, okay. And if we again look at the attributes, we see the customer class is EMC.
So it did the same thing again.
Yeah, and so let me for display sake, let me just add the same.
Right.
As the same one again.
Principal's office.
Yeah. And there it priced properly when I added it manually.
Can you look into the adjustment definition? I mean, this never happens when one time from your form as well, we saw that it applied the wrong one, right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
No, I'm just thinking, is there something with the adjustment setup itself? Because on the form also we saw a wrong customer class being applied.
Not when we typed in the line, but only on the uploaded lines.
Okay, right.
Yeah, see, I don't think we upload customer class. I think that's left up to the API to look up.
Do you do a multiple, this is Scott, do you do multiple pass where maybe you call process order for both and you come back and then do the pricing? Where it could have held on to that other, customer class?
For multiple lines, maybe. There is an option in the setup menu where you can change it to single line mode instead of batch mode. And what that does is it uploads each line individually.
I wonder if that might be worth testing just to see if there is maybe a looping processing issue. Is that just a simple configuration change, or?
Yes. Yeah, so if you go to the Sales Order Wizard Setup tab, you'll see that there the process option is set to batch. What batch does is it processes the whole order in one API call. If you change it to single, it will process it line by line. So this will mean that your overall process will take a lot longer to run.
Understood. Well, but it's worth experimenting with at least.
It's certainly worth trying to see if the issue goes away.
Okay, so I'm going to upload the same two different customers, each of one line order, and we'll see what happens.
See, I don't actually think that there would be any difference because there is only one line on each order.
Right, but even when there was one line, it would still have the wrong class somehow.
Yeah, exactly. So this will be interesting to compare the debug sheets for these two uploads to see if the upload is identical.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go back into the application. And
Price one of them. Amazon.
let me open up the Amazon one.
Someone that's
Right. So that's the. Let's just take a quick look at the adjustments. That's picking up the right 14%.
Oh, not even the EMC. This is not. This is picking the Amazon discount.
This is yeah. So if I just show the attributes.
Oh, okay.
Right here under the customer class, it's EPP, not the EMC.
So that worked that time.
Right.
But the other one didn't price, it looks like.
Let's see. It's okay.
So sorry, are we saying this one has worked properly?
This one for this, yeah, this one worked properly. And let's take a look at the second one. Okay, so this one here, selling and list are the same, so it didn't discount. I'm going to price it manually. And it didn't seem to do anything. And let me try a second time.
Can you just look at the view adjustments again? Which, is it missing the line or?
Yeah, it doesn't have a discount at all.
Okay.
Let me try a second time. And this time, so when I did it, when I did price line twice, it came through with the correct discounting.
So and maybe there's two separate issues here with pulling the wrong classification, and then the other case where it's not priced.
Sure, that's possible.
Yeah.
So that's what our problems are.
Okay. Yeah, seems a little hard to recreate. Is there any benefit in adding the adjustment section on the wizard, Alan, and trying to download?
It's actually very reproducible. It's we can sort of reproduce on demand. Just to clarify it.
Yeah, no, I mean on our end. I was talking to Alan on our test instance. I don't know if this is going to be easy to recreate.
Oh, I see. For them to create the exact same setups, etc. Yeah, because you don't have the pricing
modifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking more about our instance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so, Rachna.
Adding the adjustment on the wizard and downloading the adjustment, or trying to, can we, while creating an order, we cannot add an adjustment, right? So
That's correct.
So is there any work?
What it looks like is happening, and correct me if I am wrong here, but what I'm seeing here is that it's all driven on the class of the customer.
The name of the customer and the class of the customer.
Right.
In some cases, the name. In some cases, not. Only the class.
Okay. I'm 99% certain. I'll have to double check to see that we don't upload class, but I don't believe that we pass the class information into the API. So this means that the API is trying to determine the class of the customer when it needs it. Now that to me implies that there may be an issue with the API.
That could be.
Yeah.
Which means that if it's been identified before, there is quite possibly a patch that fixes it, assuming that this is the issue. But it's certainly looking that way to me, and I'll be able to confirm that when I see the debug sheet and have a chance to go through all that.
Yeah.
Can we look at the adjustment setup? So the customer class, it comes in only when the adjustment is triggered. So definitely it's not something we'll pass, but there must be an adjustment ID or some kind of, what do we send from the wizard for the adjustment?
Do you know where that's stored? Is that in the OE price adjustments table where that would be set up, or do you happen to know that?
The adjustment setup?
No, when the processing happens and that customer class or name gets carried over, is that stored somewhere on the OE on the record for OE price adjustments?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But these adjustments are happening automatically, correct?
Yeah, these would have been set up as modifiers, I believe, right? Price modifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
and it's invoking the customer class. So really nothing is passed from the wizard except the customer number and order type. Maybe that's driving the, how is the modifier set up? How is it getting applied? Based on customer number, right?
I don't know. Terry had to step out of the room, and he's the one who could answer that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could take shots of the setup and send them if that helps. Or he might be back. I don't know when it's.
I don't know what. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what the wizard is passing. Something the wizard is passing must be getting tangled up and pointing to the wrong modifier, maybe, you know.
Do you know in the API that you're calling, I'm assuming, is that one of the things that can be passed by the wizard? Do you happen to know that?
The customer class?
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, okay.
And if that is something that we can pass, then we may be able to, I'm just thinking the best way to do this, because this is something that we haven't been able to replicate here in our environment. I'm just thinking it may be something that I can put into the wizard to give to you to test.
Yeah, because we could do that.
To see if it resolves the issue.
Yeah, maybe it may be faster than if we have to raise a tar or a bug with Oracle to get into, if it's not already fixed. Or
yeah, I would still suggest, if we can determine that it is the API not determining the class properly, then yes, I would still suggest that that we get you to go through Oracle to resolve it, because it obviously would be a bug that needs fixing, but we'll certainly do what we can to give you a workaround.
Yeah, because we are seeing cases where it is getting the right modifier.
Right, so it's inconsistent.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm wondering if I think you may be on the right track with the caching thought, where it's picking up the class from the previous action. But I don't think it's inside the wizard that's happening. I think that may be inside Oracle.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. So I guess is the next step for us to save the work that we've just done, the debug, and attach it to the case?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And I'll take a look at that straight away.
Okay.
And then we can ask Terry to send screenshots of the modifier setups if you think that might be helpful.
Yes, definitely, because then we can set the same thing up in one of our environments, and that may actually trigger the same action happening.
Yeah.
So we then may be able to replicate what's happening.
Okay.
Certainly an odd one, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah. Well, really appreciate both of you hopping on the call and looking at this with us.
Sure. Thank you for joining.
No problem.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thanks. We'll look out for your.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, guys.